We said yesterday that we must see the victory in the Word of God. And when we see the victory in the Word of God, we are able to strengthen our belief system and then being able to see what God is doing through us. I'm Oluwapelumi Oladapo. Welcome to Strength for Today. We continue on our teaching series, Promise Keeper. We said that God spoke to Abraham in Genesis 15 and he showed him, look, the stars, if you can count them, finish, so shall your descendants be. And then we begin to see that Abraham was childless at that particular time, does not have a particular child. But we see God fulfilling his promise in Genesis 21 from verse 1 to 2. And the Lord visited Sarah as he had said. And the Lord did for Sarah as he had spoken. Verse 2, for Sarah conceived and bore Abraham a son in his old age. Now you see, the promise of God will always take time because we live in time. But one thing is certain, God will fulfill his promise. You see, you don't give up on what God has said to you privately. You don't give up on the word of God. So when we give up on the word of God, we throw away destinies of nations. When we give up on the word of God, we are throwing away destinies of nations. And that is not the plan of God. Because when we believe God, men that sees us too, their faith too can rise to that step. And then they too can believe God. Because why? We have been called to believe because we are a joint heir with Christ. We have been called to believe. We have been called to believe. And when we believe, we see the manifestation of His grace. It is the will of God for God to fulfill His promises to us. It is the will of God for God to fulfill His promises to us. That is why David said in that our anchor text, Psalm 37, verse 25, said, I have been young and now am old. I have never seen the righteous forsaken, nor the seed of God begging for bread. I continue this tomorrow. Bye.